already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Well, Sky Squad, we have got some things that we have got to discuss in today's video. So as you guys come into the room, definitely give us a shout and let us know where you are watching from, okay? Give us a shout and let us know where you're watching from. We're going to discuss 3 stories today, and then I will kind of give you guys the semi-schedule according to how videos will be rolled out over the next few days or weeks. I'm not really sure. So come on in the room. Let us know where you're watching from. Morning. I see you, Monique, in Jersey. How you doing today? We got Nicole Allen. What's up, California, in the building? Hey, you up early. Tia, how you doing? We got the Netherlands in the building. As y'all... As good old Candy says, we worldwide. Ireland's in the building. 313, I see you. Kansas City, Vegas, Philly. Reading, I see you. South Carolina, Dallas, Miami, DC. Oakland, California, Miss B, I see you. What's going on, Dallas? Jersey's in the building. Blythewood, Charlotte, North Carolina. All right. Hey, Bianca. Shout out to you. Happy Thursday, y'all. So stick around to the end of the video. I will give you guys some important updates to the channel. And we'll get into the news first, okay? I see you, Landover. I see you in the building. Jefferson City, Missouri. I see you too. All right, so let's get into Karen. The news has made its rounds. I was on the road last night and I happened to see this. And I knew today that when I did this video, I was like, okay, we gotta acknowledge what's the elephant in the room. All right. We gotta acknowledge the elephant in the room. Sweden in the building. I see you. I see you. Good morning, y'all. So the headline reads, and a couple of stories are gonna come from the Neighborhood Talk, and a couple of stories are gonna come from my boo reality chat as we get into them. Karen has had this DUI situation hanging over her head, and we knew that this month would be the month that we found whether or not she was going to be guilty or not guilty. So according to a report by Fox 5 BC, those are my people over there. I sometimes do Celebrity Dish, Like It or Not segments over there, Housewives segments. I've had the privilege of working with Ashley Darby over there as well. And I just love the family over there as well. Karen was found guilty of a DUI. She had maintained her innocence all throughout the beginning. Of course, that's what you do when you're taking something to trial. And the jury convicted her on 5 charges related to her March crash in Potomac, Maryland. The conviction include driving under the influence, which is a DUI, negligent driving, failure to control speed to avoid a collision, and failure to notify authorities of an address change. She was acquitted of reckless driving. She faces up to 2 years in prison, with sentencing scheduled for January 29th. Now, the charges stem from a late-night incident on March 19th, 2024, where she crashed her Maserati into a pole near Oakland Drive. Testimonies during the trial revealed that she appeared unsteady, refused medical treatment, and there is body cam footage, which we will review, and was very verbally confrontational with first responders. Body camera footage has showed her slurred speech, cursing at officers, and declining both a breathalyzer and a field sobriety test. Her defense presented witnesses suggesting she was emotionally distressed, but not impaired before the crash. However, the jury found the evidence of intoxication compelling, leading to the guilty verdicts. All right. So, I am never one for reveling in one's personal chaos, especially in situations such as this. I've talked to you guys about my own story of leaving a party intoxicated years ago and, you know, crashing my car a block away from my house because I fell asleep at the wheel a block away from my house. This was, God, this was like years and years ago. So when I look at these situations, I always think the boomerang always spins around, right? So when we look at these situations, we try to look at them through the lens of an objective observer, and not as someone who revels in the demise or the ultimate consequences, which she will have to face now. And that could be up to 2 years in prison. So I just, I caution you as you think about this story and you process this story to think about it from the perspective of we have to be thankful that no one was hurt or injured because it could have been a lot worse. And, the evidence was apparently compelling enough for the jury to convict her as guilty. And now she must deal with those consequences. I think for us as reality TV viewers, we have to also look at this from the lens of I had an idea of when the reunion might be filming, but I don't know now if the reunion may film around that same time. I would assume the reunion would to film sometime in January, February. I would presume that they may, film the reunion after her sentencing, which I think the sentencing is the 29th, where she will find out, what exactly the outcome of this will be. So, it's just as much as I know that she needs to take responsibility for this, I my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her. And so in that spirit, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some excerpts from the body cam footage. If you go to the neighborhood talk, you can definitely see more footage. But I think that the footage that I'm going to show you will be enough for you to get a good gauge of her state. As we look to Queens of Bravo, there's a moment where, she acknowledges, they call me the Grand Dame. Andy coined that. And you can see that here.
What's your name?
My name's Kyle.
I'm Karen. Thank you. They call me the Grand Dame.
The Grand Dame?
I don't know what the fuck that's about. Andy coined that. Go ahead.
The what?
Andy.
So as you can see, she's clearly
Everything.
Having these moments with the officers. Honestly, in my own personal mental state, I just find it sad to even have to watch. So I will put the links down in the description for you all to watch. But I show you this to give you a bit of what the jury must have seen in order to come up with the verdict that they did. Where she is, here seen telling the officer that she was Thomas Jefferson's concubine. There's also footage of Ray at the scene, and Ray advises her not to speak too much about the situation. And
Okay.
I'm Karen.
Montgomery County Police.
I would rather.
Remember,
I
it is
don't
being
like
video
him.
not
Okay,
recorded.
I'd rather
It's
her
okay.
not do a lot of talking at this point, anyhow, because she's probably a little bit upset
Well, I'm
after
shook. I'm
the
shook.
thing. So she's.
Can I ask you where you're coming
Yourself.
from tonight?
She
Ma'am.
said she was coming from a friend's house.
So as you can see, Ray was on site after the incident happened. And this information is out there. You guys can readily view it online. There are full videos that show, from the time, from her in the police car, her in the, police station answering questions, as well as on the scene of the accident. So, again, like I said, for me, I am thankful that she is alive and well, and this could have gone a different way. And what we know to be true about life is short. So for me, that is where I'm gonna hang on to. And I think by the end of this video, you may understand my perspective a little bit better. The next thing I want to talk about is this battle between Dr. Simone and Sweet Tea. I talked to you guys, I think it was on Monday, about Sweet Tea's YouTube channel, which she heavily laid into Simone for Simone's suggestion during the episode that Sweet Tea's response to Dr. Heavenly was nasty, and that it is Sweet Tea who should be vulnerable in these moments of apologies and apology acceptance. And I heavily disagree with Dr. Simone, because I feel like someone said in the chat, and I'm going to read this to you after. I'm going to read the response that someone wrote in the chat, because it fully explains exactly what my frustration is with Dr. Simone and Sweet Tea. So shout out to our friends over at Reality Chat. Someone said, why do y'all always bring up this woman's age? I don't get it when talking in reference to Sweet Tea. Dr. Simone says, if she can call me old, surely I can call her young. When you call me, I always answer. Don't play with grown folks. This is probably the space where I do feel like, okay, blow for blow. All right, okay, I got you on that one. So when Sweet Tea responds, and says, Dr. Simone Whitmore, how do I have an attitude because I don't want to accept a weak apology that was backhanded? I'm not you, and don't deal with BS. And it says IDGAD. I'm assuming that's I don't give a D. Ish don't even concern you. The F. Married to medicine. Ish weird. Dr. Simone says, if we can hang out together, dance together, and get on your live with Dr. Heavenly, then surely your young ASS can accept an apology. So that's when you have the person who asks, why do you always bring up this woman's age? I don't get it. If anybody on this show needs to probably understand what an apology is, it is most definitely Dr. Simone. Because in 5 episodes, four episodes, we have seen her talk about giving an apology to Quad, but we have yet to see her actually give one. So the fact that Dr. Simone is reprimanding anyone about an apology is laughable at best. To be quite frank, it's laughable. So to suggest that Sweet Tea be the vulnerable party when Sweet Tea was vulnerable all last season and got joked, clocked, laughed at, ridiculed, belittled for simply showing up in her most vulnerable state as a newbie on a reality TV show for which you all campaigned for her to be on. You were all posting on your Instagrams because you thought it would be a great story. Because you didn't like or respect Quad enough to consider how she might feel about inviting her ex-husband and his new wife on the show. But for whatever reason, it also worked to Quad's benefit because it allowed her to have something to do on the show, for which you, Dr. Simone, were still a part of the crusade, of the campus crusade, to usher Quad out of said job that y'all were apparently working either to get her back on, only to simply tell her to leave. So you, Dr. Simone, of the non-apology club, shan't dictate to someone else about an apology for which you yourself, my dear, cannot even seem to utter. So there's a response in the comment section that says, I'm just here to watch y'all rewrite the rules because y'all hate T. Just last week, nobody could stand Simone, but now y'all love her because she beefing with T. Y'all hate that T is always complaining, yet all Quad does on the show is complain about her bad treatment, and it's a never-ending pity party in the comments. Y'all don't like that T talks about people's age, yet y'all love that Heavenly always calling her a little girl and trying to son her. Whew, the line is always moving. The young old thing, it's, to me, that's blow for blow. That's blow for blow, right? Okay, because if one person can call somebody old, the other person can call somebody young. I think that's we can be fair on that one. But I do think that there is a very interesting dynamic between the core group and Quad and the core group and Sweet Tea. To be quite honest with you, I don't think that a lot of the core group actually likes Quad or Sweet Tea. If we're going to be real, and Quad knows it. And the only person that's probably advocating for Quad outside of Quad is Dr. Heavenly and us, the fans. Now, Lexi, I am going to agree with you on this. Sweet Tea, I'm going to need you to bring that energy that you bring to your YouTube channel. I'm going to need you to bring it to the show. Because when Dr. Simone said that in the scene, you should have lit her up then. Now, I understand you still new to reality TV, so you probably like, wait, what'd she say? Did that just happen to me? You know how when you being gaslit, you don't know that you being gaslit until much later, and then you realize it, and you like, oh, let me pop off now. But I'm going to say it like this, and I'm going to take it back. The thing about having a YouTube channel and you on a show is you do get to say all of the things that you should have said or that you wish you had said in the moment, or further explain these things. I personally did not mind Sweet Tea giving Dr. Simone the smoke because I felt like it was earned. Dr. Simone, you earned that smoke. So you should live in it, walk around in it, absorb it, breathe it in, exhale it, let it out, let it blow out your ears. The smoke that you got from Sweet Tea was absolutely deserved, because you ain't you in 4 episodes, you ain't apologized to Quad. And I know y'all been filming for some weeks now. So if you're gonna try to educate somebody on an apology, I'm gonna need you to take your own advice. And until you do, ma'am, pipe down. And I know that's gonna be difficult, because as much as I'm giving it to you right now, Dr. Simone, you know I love when you get to screaming. Okay, so get to screaming an apology to Quad, and then we can have this Ponderosa. But until then, we can't have this Ponderosa, because you, my dear, have not been vulnerable enough to apologize to Quad. So don't dare chastise this young lady. And I did say young, okay, not in a derogatory way, but don't dare criticize somebody else and tell them how they should be responding and accepting apologies and apologizing, when you, my dear, can't do the same. Doctor, since it seems like Dr. Simone is trying to school her and educate her, girl, until you do right by Quad, she ain't gonna do right. T ain't gonna do right by you. Okay. I told you, the boomerang always comes back around. And Sweet Tea, let me give you some advice. If you are gonna make it on this show, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna tell you the first thing you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to get these girls together in the scene, and you're gonna have to repeat yourself until the camera catches it, so they don't edit you out. And don't stop repeating it until you see how many times Toya then tried to get some information out of Phaedra. That's how many times you need to lay into anybody that tries you. Anybody that tries you, you need to lay into them until you can't lay into them anymore. Don't wait till the YouTube. Now, granted, we're gonna take that YouTube and we're gonna talk about it, and we appreciate it. But I do need you to lay into the people in the scene when they because they clocking you, and they are sunning you. So I'm gonna need you to, like Tammy Roman says, you keep trying to get a rise out of me, and now I have risen. All right. And to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of Sweet Tea versus Dr. Heavenly, because at the end of the day, I felt like y'all ain't gonna be friends no way. Just like Simone and Quad ain't really gonna be friends. Let it just be. Y'all just exist in the same space and keep it cute. Because the lower y'all go, the lower y'all gonna start having to go with the husbands, and the husbands not gonna be able to recover, because y'all gonna start talking about the husband's practices. And that's the main. Then y'all affecting each other's husband's money. So let it go. This last story, to me, I really didn't. I do want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it, because as someone says in the chat, this so played out. I'm gonna play the audio, but y'all already know, because I'm sure y'all done already seen it. Someone says to Evelyn during her, I'm assuming, Instagram story, chat, live, whatever she was doing. Someone says, "Are you and Jenn still close?"
Okay, next question. Nope, we're not. Next question.
I'm gonna say this, I ain't gonna take it back. This is how I feel about the situation as of today. I don't care. And actually, I think Jenn shouldn't care either. Jenn has been the proverbial punching bag for a lot of the women on this show, and particularly Evelyn, throughout the course of their up and down friendship. She came into the show as Evelyn's friend. As Shawnee stated, Shawnee did not know Jennifer beforehand. This woman has been on television, has been popped in the face with a glass by her ex-husband. This woman has been popped in the back of the head by a pocketbook by Evelyn. This woman spoke about Evelyn's relationship and her concerns about it, and Evelyn ripped her to shreds. And now that the boomerang has swung back the other way, she is now on a tip of attacking Jenn and her relationship. Now, does she have valid reason to be concerned about her relationship? Perhaps. I don't really know enough about what Christian does to really understand what his business enterprise does or does not do. I have not gotten into the nitty-gritty of that, other than what he has stated in interview. I think it was with Carlos King, I think. And even then, I actually tuned out because it was such a long explanation that I just didn't get it, okay? And that's fine. Jennifer is married to this man now. And so for me, when I look at my friendships and my friends' marriages and relationships, I am not a part of that. I am not a part of that. My only responsibility is to my friend. And at the age that we're at right now, okay, I'm going to assume a lot of us I'm going to assume that a lot of us are of the same age range, thereabouts. The only thing you can do in a situation when your friend is in a relationship that may seem harmful to her or him is either express your concern and then graciously move on, because you have to allow people to do what they're going to do, because people are going to do what they're going to do regardless. And anytime you begin to insert yourself into a person's relationship, particularly when she did it to you, you didn't like it. You ripped her to shreds. One of your assistants or friends, I don't know, I'm not sure what the person was at the time, ran around the table and slapped Jennifer in the face, while you, with your shoes off, hopped up on a conference table running to go get her after said friend had already slapped her about the face. So you, ma'am, have no right to be having to have any sort of feelings about what Jennifer is doing in her marriage. Your responsibility to your friend is to be her friend and to be a soft space for her to land in the event that it does go awry. And to be quite frank with you, I would have to wonder if you were ever really her friend to begin with. Or if you liked the idea that you had a sort of underling on the show. And now that you are BFF with Brooke, you don't necessarily need Jenn. And Jenn is living her life in Atlanta, from what I understand. So I have to wonder, as things have blossomed and grown, and as you have both evolved, is there actually a need for this friendship any longer? And I don't know that I believe so. Because when I look at Jennifer's Instagram, I see nary a mention of Evelyn. And I see mostly the existence of a happy, fulfilled life. and I see zero reference to Evelyn Lozada. The last thing that I would say is that the reasoning for this post in the first place is likely to drum up interest for a new season of Basketball Wives. As you guys know, I don't dislike Evelyn. I think that Evelyn is good for the show. But in terms of that friendship, I think that it's simply run its course. I think it's run its course. And as much as you may want to try to get that old thing back, I think that it's just probably best to move forward in different spaces. Because people can be in your life for reasons and seasons and sometimes a lifetime. And maybe, just maybe, Jenn, maybe this season with Evelyn is up. And for me, it's been too much abuse. The popping upside the head, the having the friends smack me about the face, the running across the table trying to get at me. Then it extended to her trying to run up on her when they were in LA on the Basketball Wives LA franchise. That's too much for some girl. I don't want to be friends with you. You are off the like I can no. Who wants to be friends with somebody that's at any point in time going to pop off on you? And you're just trying to live your fabulous self. Jenn is not that girl. Jenn is not trying to fight nobody. And these girls know that. Jenn wants to be sitting around in head-to-toe designer, running off to Paris. This is not her. That running up on is not Jenn. She's not going to engage in that. And y'all know that. Y'all know that. You knew that then. And I just think that I think as I look back on the friendship, it has been definitely abusive. And I don't regret saying that. And I think that as I really process this, I have to say that, Jenn, this is probably the safest thing for you. Because when it comes to the show, I think that Evelyn's priority is always and loyalty will always lie with Shawnee and doing what she needs to do for the show. So she may not even have that much concern about Christian and Jennifer as much as she does having a concern about keeping those coins coming and keeping those ratings coming and keeping something going for the sake of the show. Because we've seen it happen. If we really want to be honest about it, let's have that real conversation. The show is likely filming. Give us something to talk about like we're talking about now. But for you, Jenn, I would not let it be at my expense. And when the season came and it came time to film, I would give her nothing. Give her nothing. Absolutely nothing. I would give her zero. Insane, she would not exist to me. Give her nothing. Find something else to do. Find yourself another target. Find yourself someone else to play around with. Find another way to earn your check because it will not be me. Period. And if the rest of them want to jump on the bandwagon too, give them nothing. But I tell you, the one person that probably will take Jenn's side is Jackie Christie. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Okay? Watch what I tell you. All right. So just a couple of updates as it is about to be the holiday season. I wanted to give you guys an update, but I did not want this entire video to be about this. On Monday night, I got a call from my mother. As some of you guys know, my father had been ill, and she asked me if I would come home to help her with him. On Tuesday morning, as I was with my mother, my father passed. So I have been dealing with that and processing and helping my mother and my sister and my family. I decided to do this video today because I really don't know how to process grief. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing at any given moment other than being the support system. I'm only here in Maryland for the day to grab clothes because I wasn't prepared for a memorial service. And I wanted to let you guys know what was happening in case you don't see me online recapping or reviewing for the next couple of days. And, you know, I also wanted something that felt normal because nothing feels normal at the moment. And talking to you felt normal. And I needed that. I don't know what I'll need tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So just bear with me. I was supposed to go live with Brooke Ashley today. I apologize to her that I'm not able to do that because I need to gather my things and prepare for what the next couple of days will bring. For those of you guys who had signed up for the Rich Life texting notifications, I still have those going for you. If the spirit moves me, then I will try to recap a show. It'll likely be in the car. I know some of you guys like the car videos. And if the spirit also moves me, then I'll also do something motivational as well. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or not supposed to be doing in terms of working. So I'm just trying to take it day by day. And I'm trying to give myself the grace to not know what to do or what not to do. But today I had a little bit of time, and so I wanted to chat with you guys live. I think grief is an interesting thing because you don't know how you're going to feel from moment to moment. So I'm just going to leave you all with this. The thing that I think has hit me is that we often talk about, and I'm going to get spiritual for just 1 second. We often talk about our loved ones when they transition. We talk about them in a past tense. And I think to myself that I don't want to think about my dad in a past tense. I don't want to think about a was. He was this person. I have to think about my dad as he is. Because when we think about God, we don't think about God was, we think about God is. We can't see God, but we know God is there. And that's how I have to think about my dad. His body may not be physically in the same space that we are, but I have to believe that he is still there because we are. And we can carry on his memory, his legacy through our actions, our memories, photos, videos, the lessons that he left me with, and the person that I want to be. So, if anything, I would encourage you, if you have felt a loss like this, or if you've gone through anything like this, is to not think of them as this person was, and to think of them as they are, because they still exist here. So, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in case I'm a little inconsistent. Just give me some grace to figure this out. If you see me doing a video, know that it is because I needed to feel normal in that moment. And again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or how I'm supposed to be doing it. There's no manual for any of this, and I wasn't expecting it. So yeah. Working makes me feel like I'm in motion, and I feel like I have to stay in motion because I have to be there for my family. And I also know that these videos offer you a moment away from your day as well. And God blessed me to be a vessel in that regard. So I want to honor that commitment too, in whatever way that I can. So if you're new to the channel and you don't necessarily always get that I'm mostly being comedic about how I deliver news or recaps, know that I'm coming from a place of, I just want you to have something for your day that gets you through it, that's fun. And even though this isn't a lighthearted or fun moment right now, I did want to tell you that you all mean a lot to me. And I just wanted to say thank you for just supporting me. So with that being said, I love y'all. I will be in contact in some way, shape, or form, whether it's in the community post or if it is a video, then that'll be it. But just know that in this time, I'm just going to take it day by day and moment by moment and see where the spirit leads me. So with that being said, there was a super chat that I wanted to acknowledge from Samira. Thank you. Who says, my father passed 2 months ago as well. This is a very hard time. Please don't worry about work. Focus on yourself, your feelings, and be around your loved ones, sending you positive energy and condolences. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know much right now. All I know is that I'll be okay. And I love y'all.
Now that you've watched today's video, let's get into this group trip to Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, y'all, Sky Squad, we are hitting South Africa and we are hitting it hard. April 10th through the 17th of 2025. You can click the link in the description of this video to get more information and to reserve your spot. Now we're gonna keep this intimate because we have a lot to do. We are going to be looking at real estate. We're going to be learning about retirement and permanent visas, dual citizenship, buying and purchasing land. We are going to be looking at it all because we want options in South Africa, baby. And listen, Cape Town is one of my favorite cities. So of course, we're going to be doing some of my favorite things. We are going to be hitting the wineries. We are going on a safari. We're going to Table Mountain. We're going to some of my favorite restaurants. Let me tell you, one of them is Gold Star, baby. If you know, you know. We're going to be meeting with some expats who have relocated from the United States to Cape Town as well. This is going to be a luxury experience, okay? So we're talking doing the absolute most. So if you've ever wanted to go to Cape Town, South Africa, but maybe you didn't have the group to go with, maybe you just didn't have the right people that wanted to go and experience it with you, this is an opportunity for you to come with us. Now, I only have about 10 to 12 spots available. Yes, because again, I'm trying to keep this thing intimate, and I know that what type of experience I want it to be. So get in while you can, y'all. Trust me, in 2025, we are going to be needing all the options that we can get. And I am going to do my utmost to bring us the most that we can possibly get in and out of the country. So come with me to South Africa. The group trip is going to be lit April 10th through the 17th. Go ahead and click the link in this description of this video so that you can reserve your spot today. Cape Town, South Africa awaits.